What's up, guys? It's Pastor Monk.
And I'm Cam.
And today we're talking to you about
how Elisha performed miracles.
Now, did you say Elijah or Elisha?
No. You know how we talked about Elisha last week?
Right.
We're still talking about Elisha.
Okay, Elisha. Remember that, guys, Elisha.
Yeah, so we're talking about how he performed miracles, and there's a whole bunch of stories that he did.
Okay, so Elisha got the double portion from Elijah.
Yes.
And now he's off on his own. He's the prophet to Israel. And he's out performing miracles.
Doing a whole bunch of miracles. And, you know, before you even jump into these stories, you know, like I was hoping, you know, I got some lollipops here. I got about 20 lollipops that, you know, I was like, maybe I was hoping I could give these like all to like Ella's kids, but.
How many lollipops do you have?
But I only got 20. So.
Not anymore. You got 19.
All right, well.
Sorry, I love lollipops. I'm a sucker for lollipops.
Okay. Now we got 19 lollipops, and there's not 19 kids in Ella's kids.
That is true, but you know what? That reminds me of a story of Elisha. He was handing out bread. They were handing out bread, and they didn't have enough for everybody who was there.
Okay.
And I think they had about 20 pieces of bread.
So then what ended up happening?
Well, God told Elijah, he's like, hey, start handing out, and there will be enough.
Okay, so all I got to do is just believe God can have more than enough.
Pray, believe, yeah.
Okay, here, can you hold this real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see. Here's 1.
Okay.
2.
Right.
3. 4. All right, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10.
1 eternity later.
101. 102. 103. This bucket is endless of lollipops.
Miracle.
Everybody's gonna lollipop at Ella's kids.
This Sunday. Yeah, it's really cool. So again, it's just like the bread, right? So again, you pray, you believe, God will make more than enough.
Okay. Well, PB, I gotta address the elephant in the room.
Where's the elephant at? I would have saw an elephant.
Oh yeah, but you know, it's a term of like.
Is it like this?
Yes.
Yep, elephant. Nailed it.
But I gotta say something. You're not looking too hot today. Like the weather's changing, you know, it's more fall time. So is that you think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what to do about it.
About it? Well, it kind of looks like that there's a story that I know from Elisha. He still performed miracles with this guy named Nahum. He had some sores.
You know what? That sounds familiar.
And so what Elisha did, he was like, hey, go to the Jordan River and wash and bathe yourself 7 times. So you know what he did?
Why 7? Why not 6 or 8? Well, if I had some water, maybe I could. You saying if I was to bathe?
Yeah, if you were bathed, I think
randomly some water appeared.
Yeah, randomly
I was
some water.
To bathe.
Yeah, bathe yourself 7 times, not 6, 5, 4, 8, 9, 10. Like it has to be 7.
Then I'm gonna get all wet.
Hey, you want to feel better or not?
I guess.
You can't.
So do I just like dunk?
Yeah, gotta dunk your head, bathe yourself, a little bit clean. Okay. Okay.
Okay. That's 1.
That's 1. Okay. Here we go. 2. You got 5 more. 5 more. 3. Oh, okay.
That was 3.
Okay. Are you drinking the water? Or are you bathing in it?
No, I'm working on it.
Are you working on it? Okay. Okay. Looks like there's both happening.
4.
4. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know how it looked like back then. I bet it was kind of crazy.
What number are we on?
I think you're on 5.
Okay.
You're at 6.
1 more?
One more. There we go. Yeah.
Oh. But hey, I'm all better.
You do look better.
All right, well that was crazy, but let me tell you another crazy story.
Okay, I'm ready to
hear
it.
What Elisha did.
Okay.
These guys were chopping down trees, right? So they've got these axes, they're chopping down trees, and all of a sudden the head of the axe fell into the river.
What? How are they gonna chop down the trees?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, if you ever watch Karate Kid, you know they can chop, but it would take years. They need this tree down. So Elisha literally took a stick and threw it in the river.
And what happened to it? Did it just sink?
Next thing you know, the axe comes back up.
Comes back up, and did they grab it out of the river and went back to chopping? That's crazy.
It don't even make sense.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Because it's metal and it sinks.
Right. How would it come
back
I don't
up?
know. I don't get it. And as you know, our saying around here at Ellis Church and Ellis Kids is God has
more.
God has more, right? So God can do anything and everything and then some. So even things you can't even imagine. Like again, you go back to all these stories, the bread, how would it do that? How would Nahum go into the river and just dunking 7 times? You know what? Elisha didn't even talk to him.
No.
He sent a message to him to go do that.
He did.
This thing with the axe, again, what it just shows is when we put our faith and our trust in God, he literally can do anything.
Exactly. And, even whenever Jesus was walking on the earth, he healed a paralyzed man. He did so many accounts, but specifically a paralyzed man that, like, he just prayed for him, he prayed over him, and, forgave his sins, and the guy just got up and went walking.
It's got to be so cool if you could imagine, if you were there, and how many times did Jesus say, arise and walk? Could you imagine, like, not thinking that's not even there's no way that could even happen. Like, you've determined, like, my life looks a certain way, and all of a sudden Jesus comes on the scene and changes everything.
Exactly.
So don't forget, guys, no matter where you are, no matter what you're facing in life, God has more for you. We just got to have the faith to believe and ask those things. It says call those things as they were.
Exactly.
And just remember, guys, God has more for you.
God has more.
Well, I'm Pastor Monk.
And I'm Cam.
And we'll see you next time.